So why not spread the love a little closer to home, Steph? Literally, the party panel is back. Jim Failla, Kevin Walling, and Larry Sharpe.
Bang.
Jim's feeling the wind in the studio, and I think it feels good.
It does. It's hot.
What a hypocrite.
Well, listen, first and foremost, it's nice to see Steph Curry finally playing defense. Anyone who's wow, where was this shot blocking?
Is that
out on the court?
A sports reference?
Good night, everybody.
Okay.
But of course, it's the same hypocrisy we get when it comes to human rights abuses around the world. Everybody likes to howl about oppression in this country, which peaked 200 years ago, while throwing a no-look press at real-time oppression in China. No one undermines our faith in any of these social justice initiatives more than the people pushing them. And that's all this is. He paid what I think the price is like $8.5 million an acre. And to your point, it's because he didn't want to be around regular people.
Of course.
But that's the scam over and over and over again. We're not the classist D-bags that we're being portrayed to be. You know whose party is?
Hey now.
I got a little itch. I'm sorry. I got a little itch.
now.
That's weird.
Hey
I wasn't talking. I just had an itch.
Poor Larry.
I just had an itch.
You're
and
talking libertarians
I was
now?
just,
No,
yeah, I just had an itch.
Shots
Flew right
fired.
by me.
Kevin. So yeah, all the rich fancy pants who want to tell us how to live.
Of course they do.
They're always like, but not me. I don't live by those rules. John Kerry, Prince Harry.
It's a tale as old as time. Nobody wants, affordable housing in their community when it comes up for it. And we have a huge housing crisis in this country. It's not just California. There's a huge crisis with Ron DeSantis in Florida. There's a huge crisis here in the New York metropolitan region, Washington, D.C., where I'm from. And we need more affordable housing for those folks that are just scraping by.
I have four
As you said
hobos living in my apartment.
What's that?
I have 4 hobos living in my apartment.
Bring them to the show.
Oh, they're here. They're working. There's Marco on the jib. Austin's our stage
in the
manager.
back.
Yeah.
No,
They're the nicest looking hobos I've seen in a
Jump band.
long
Well,
time.
they clean up all right. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
When you take the time to care about other humans, Kevin.
I care about everybody, the teachers' unions especially.
Ew.
That's a joke. But listen, he has every right to be out there protesting about what's going to happen in his city, but he can't
Protesting?
say it
Like,
from a...
oh, the world,
or
income
writing a letter as he did that was probably written on his
make
behalf.
everything horrible for the great unwashed.
But he can't lecture anyone about what's
No,
going on in his
absolutely not.
community.
Larry,
either.
what is Larry's libertarian solution to Steph Curry and his
The
hypocrisy?
answer is the same thing. You got to follow a non-governmental answer, right? You shouldn't have to go to the government for this, right? The football player gets it, right? You set up a situation to where people can come in and they can actually own. You want to have an ownership mentality. I don't want more of a let's have low rental forever. I want poor communities to have an ownership mindset. I want them to own their homes. I want to take every single government housing project and make it a rent to own project. Every one of them. So that slowly you begin to rent to own. People get upset. Well, Larry, what if they're on public assistance? So all of a sudden now we're going to pay for them to own their home? Or you can pay their rent forever. So you can pay now for them to move forward.
There are more buildings like that in New York. It's
That's
actually,
correct.
it's an attractive incentive
Yes.
for especially younger renters who, there's no way in hell a lot of people in the younger generations getting into the workforce right now are going to save
Correct.
enough money for a down payment on the ridiculous homes. But if they do have whatever they've paid in rent applied to the value of the home, so that eventually after a couple of years
When
becomes a down
wealthy
payment.
people leave their home, they get a check. When people who aren't wealthy leave their home, they maybe get a half of their security if they're lucky. But more importantly, we have to incentivize private companies to do so. Government shouldn't be building this. That's why it's a disaster. I mean, you look at the, right NYCHA here in New York City. It's an embarrassment. Instead, what we should do is when these big
Talking
companies...
about the New York City Housing Authority.
Sorry, New York City
Googled
Housing
it.
Authority. Sorry, yes, correct. NYCHA, correct. So when these people, these big businesses buy these big properties and sell them, they pay massive amounts of tax.
Yes.
I have an idea. Give them a tax break at the end. You give them a tax break at the end if they do rent to own. You will now incentivize big business to do rent to own. You'll say, but Larry, they're not paying taxes. I don't care. They're giving people homes.
Yes.
Don't pay your taxes. Instead, give people
And also,
homes.
if you want to stay where you're living, maybe you'll make something happen. It's not the worst thing in the world.
And it also ends gentrification. Gentrification's only bad if you don't own.
Yeah, but
If you own, you love
is
it.
great, and always follow the gays.
There we
Amen.
go.
You know?
You know it.
Gays always find the
Except
best.
Jennifer Coolidge.
What did
Because they're gonna kill her. Jennifer Coolidge, the White Lotus.
Oh, God.
The gays are gonna kill me.
No.
No?
That's a thing.
Is that giving it away? It's a thing in the clubs. Lincoln will know soon enough.
I just heard always follow the gays and made a note to delete my search history. That's all I got out of this whole thing.
Well, speaking of fun messes, The queen of clean is now full of clutter. Organization guru Marie Kondo now says it's okay to be messy. Oh, now you tell me. She says she's finding joy in other ways after having her third child and deciding whether objects bring joy or obsessively folding things are no longer at the heart of her to-do list. So is her life about to crumble like a cookie on her carpet? And is the panel a bunch of neat freaks or sloppy Sallys? So, Jim, when I heard this story, I just assumed that Marie Kondo had been taken hostage, and this was her way of letting the rest of the world know
Well,
that
hold up
she
a
is in
newspaper,
danger.
Marie.
Yeah, because Marie Kondo saying, you know, I really don't want to tidy up anymore.
You know what it reminds me of, honestly? This is like when Dylan went electric. Like, people feel betrayed from her original folk rock roots because she was a neat freak. But you know what I took away from this? If a woman with 3 kids decides she's not cleaning anymore, that means at one point she thought about killing them because she got so annoyed with cleaning the whole house and having things go sideways.
I mean, it's really tough with, as you know, it's tough with little kids.
Yes, trashing the place.
My home was never messier than when I had a baby and a preschooler. Like, never messier. And it's disconcerting, but for what she does, so now that I have teenagers, I can organize, and I did this during the pandemic. I organized everything based on the Kondo method. Like, she is my patron saint. I love this woman, and the fact that she's giving up, I think
Did the girls agree to it too? Were they organized as well?
They, in some ways, yes. They have internalized that, but not as systematically as I have.
Well, I want to know what happened with this third child that has, like, kicked her off her rocker now. Like, how terrible is this third child that she's given up all hope of organization?
I bet all she was doing was cleaning and folding.
That's
because
true.
Her folding method is great if your kids are out of the house and all you have is time to just fold things and stack them by color all day long. But that's all you would be doing with your little kids.
Well, thank God for Alex Stroman, my fiance, who I'm a sloppy Sally. He keeps everything organized in the house. I'm like 2 teenage girls put together.
Yeah.
She is all about sparking joy, and she finally figured out that she has too many kids and that getting what she wanted didn't spark joy.
3 isn't too many kids.
To spark joy, 3 young kids, you can't keep cleaning the way you want to.
There are certainly moments of joy.
Yes, but with the kids,
a lot of fluids.
Not with the folding. There's joy with the kids, not with the folding. So she's getting her spark of joy with the kids, not with the folding anymore.
She has, on her Netflix special, she has involved her oldest daughter and been like, watch how we tidy up together. Like, she loves it. And it's like, one kid, maybe you can bamboozle them into that. But then once they have allies and they outnumber you, they're like, no, we're not. No, this is boring. We like chocolate handprints all over the nice white furniture. We're going to do that.
Yes.
I look forward to her new book about hiring a cleaning lady.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Interviewing skills for a cleaning lady.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
I think it's wonderful. But so it was funny because when the Kondo pandemic folding organizing craze was at its height, and people were just taking as much as they could and donating it to whatever charity was open. Other people were like, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, Goodwill has never been overrun with nicer stuff.
The golden age of thrift shopping is upon us. Thank you.
Exactly. Poor Marie Kondo.
Oh, the heck. Something happened. Maybe you're right. Maybe she did get taken hostage.
That was the first thing I thought.
She's abandoned everything.
Hold up that newspaper,
No,
Marie.
I don't believe it. So
I think her friends actually started to not get as much from her anymore. She wasn't able to do what she wanted to do. She just ran out of time.
Yeah.
I think she ran. 3 kids is a lot of kids,
it's a
right?
lot of kids.
You run out of time.
Well, it's also nice to know that she's a hands-on mom.
Yes.
And
That's very true.
I thought that was lovely. But Marie Kondo saying, I'm done tidying up, is like AOC saying, I really think the government should stay out of our lives. Just don't take our money. Just leave us alone, live for your die.
We can only hope. Please let that happen. Please. It'd be amazing.
Well, now with Marie Kondo saying, like, being messy is the new tidy, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
We're probably going to have a libertarian president in 2024,
That's what
Larry.
I'm saying. I'm in. Let's do it.
Woo!
I'm in.
Thank you.
All right, man panel, thank you so much for being manly and panelistic.
Yes.
Jimmy, Kevin,
Thank you, Kennedy.
beautifully done. I still want my shoes.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay.
Same.
Very good. Coming up, will President Biden send F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine? And would that be the start of World War III? U.S. Army combat veteran Brian Suits. Wait a second. Is that Ned Offerman or whatever his name is? He joins me next.